Uh, iTunes won't work, so no background music for now. Hold up, I'm trying to sort that out. Waiting on reading stories. Yeah, we're gonna read story, catch up on it. I haven't done the newest patch one, so we're gonna stream that right now. I want to put like some background sounds too, but the app isn't opening up. Yeah, we're reading Buckets, the OG. I hate reading. Yeah, we're finally reading PGR story for once. Man said bucket. Wait, how'd you pronounce it? How'd you pronounce it? I've only read the chapter one. Hidden story is a banger. Yeah, Gabriel versus Alpha. I've only done like the first mission on Imprisoned site. Bucket. How'd you say it? How'd you say it? Who doesn't love reading is not a Chadlor. True. Bucket. Interesting. Alright. Let's start. Chrome opens his eyes to a familiar dark room in Asmiov's solemn face. You've been working hard, Asmiov. How's the test data? You've reached a high enough degree of synchronization and proficiency to pass this test. But the core issues still haven't been addressed. Asmiov clenches his fist and closes his eyes. Chrome has never seen such an expression from seemingly infallible scientific genius. Yeah, it's like Bucket. W Bucket. Is there anything I can do to help? Asmiov grabs the mug on the table, swallows a mouthful of cold coffee, and shakes his head in a trance. This frame uses technology similar to that of Lucia Plume. I know. Bucket the bucket. Boken the boken. Bennett. It's hard. Well, his name's harder, yeah. Well, at first glance to say. Before signing the agreement and applying to participate in the experiment, he fully understood the principles and risks of the project. But Asmiov's expression does not stem from the achievement of his research, but rather the costs. Lucia was born as a plume after sustaining life-threatening injuries during the Battle of Kulon. Asmiov had explained that she lost her original memory during the upload process. Despite having a backup of her memory, her reintegration would only have caused a sense of alienation. Plume has not had any issues since then, and Lucia's memory still remains intact. Recently, she seems to have completely regained familiarity towards her memories and has gradually overcome the impacts of the transfer process. It said boo as in beginning of the word bus, then cut as cut. Bus, then cut as cut. The original agreement stated that there might be similar risks, but the main purpose of the experiment was to resolve the negative effects of frame transferal. Are you referring to the risks mentioned in the plan? No, the plan mentioned the hypothesis we made at the beginning of the experiment. But as this experiment continues, I've discovered that the technology still has a lot of issues that remain unsolved. To give you a simple idea, imagine filling a bottle with rocks and casting it out to the sea. Buckets. 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 Y'all keep saying bucket. Bucket, man. Even though your mind, also known as the bottle, is stable and able to retain all of these rocks when uploaded into the frame, it would be inoperable, much like how the bottle would sink in the ocean floor. Make the AI voice say it. Okay, wait. Let me go on Google Translate.
Bucket. Bucket.
Bouquet.
Bukuto. Bucket. Bucket. Bucket.
Bouquet. Bouquet. Alright. Even worse. Lucia was able to synchronize with the frame without any adjustments due to the additional data from Cough, because the data is compatible with her just like the frame itself. Referring to Alpha, I guess. It's like saying flower bouquet. Oh, okay. Bucket. Bouquet. Bucket. Bucket is a flower. Looks like I'm gonna need to mic up and pronounce it for everyone. SMH. You know I didn't read this character even though I was waiting for it. Same. Additional data. That's classified. I'm not at the liberty to say much more. However, as we have noticed, the special frames that are special not only because they are created on the basis of all the data accumulated by Grey Raven thus far, but also because they contain data from the Ascended Alpha. When Lucia earnestly returned to the battlefield, she failed to ask the question that was deliberately hidden. Where did you get these Ascendant data? The answer was out of hope to put an end to this calamity, but was also to give rise to human strife. Yeah, I wanted to read this chapter, but I wasn't bothered. I skipped through it on like the beta server to fight the boss. That's pretty much it. Ever since Lucia was uploaded into the frame, the Science Council has been collecting various data on Plume. I stole Ascendant data from Alpha when she was with Matt last day. Matt would not take kindly to that words right there. Matt, get in chat. Defend yourself. Defend your girl. Andrew Tate would say the same thing. We've made numerous adjustments which allow you to safely establish a virtual link. However, only you can do it. That's because your specialized invert device and mind are inherently more stable. That's why I invited you to participate in this program. What risks are we most likely to face now? Your mind is likely to experience any number of serious cognitive side effects. Common symptoms aside, you may experience mind deviation, much like how the bottle would sink in the bottom of the ocean. If it were to continue further, you may experience mind corruption. Oh, now we're gonna fight silent for real. Stop the captain. True. Listen, your girl, and you are away. Should have clapped back faster. Personally, I would not take this disrespect. At the point you would lose control, anything goes after that. If you don't know what that's like, you can speak with Phantomloxx later. It's fine, I've read about the I've read about it in reference materials. There's no sense in bothering the Grey Raven commandment. However, since your specialized invert device has allowed you to serve as commandant of Strikehawk, you're not the only one at risk. If your mind experiences any deviation or corruption, any squad member linked with you will also be affected. Yeah, I'm on my way to you. Gonna do a no-hit run on you. Do a drive-by. Until we resolve whatever is making your mind susceptible to corruption, I can't let you use this frame. Chrome glances back at Asmiov, who is looking at a large stack of files, ruminating about how to improve the frame. I'm no scientist, but I think if the core problem is data compatibility with my mind, or as you put it, rocks sinking the bottle, would it be possible to attach additional equipment to isolate it in a parallel with the bottle? Drive by, oh lord. Yeah, do a flip. First break a stone using your butt cuts. Asmiov thinks for a moment, then stands up as if to say Eureka, then walks to the side of the lab and begins looking up something on the terminals. Rosetta, the research data from her transfer between Centaur and humanoid frame. With the terminal high processing speed, Asmiov quickly finds the target file. He pulls up a chair in front of the monitors and begins to work assiduously. Seeing his bleak demeanor begin to recede, Chrome politely dismisses himself too. I'll get going. Let me know if you need help calibrating the frame. Understood. He responds without lifting his head from his work. Up until Chrome closes the door, all he can hear is Asmiov mumbling to himself from within the lab. I'm almost at a breakthrough, and I won't let your sacrifices be in vain. Once the sounds of footsteps outside the lab fades into the distance, Asmiov opens an encrypted file on Plume containing Alpha's dataset sent to him early on by some people. The methods, costs, and potential dangers of acquiring such data had been deliberately stricken from the record. Perhaps only when all this comes to light will the truth behind these anomalies finally be revealed. Celica's here. Matt, what's your thoughts on Chrome or this chapter in general? Also, you, Silent, too. After leaving the closed lab, Chrome receives a notification from Celica on his terminal. Celica mommy, true. Oh yeah, did you see like the new Twitter post with like, what was it, Celica grabbing Alpha's sword midway? Yeah, this one. Oh, by the way, Matt, you used your trial astral right in Norman. Let me check the video. Chrome's pretty okay. Here in prison site in general goes hard. Yeah, Mr. Von Nugent too. Mr. Nuggies. Celica is a god, yeah. Overlord Celica. There's been a change to the search and rescue mission since it's been assigned on such short notice. Time is of the essence. Ishmael and Celica going to heaven together. Ishmael is iffy now, cause you know there's a whole new lore reveals about her. So you get me. She could be the one that started the Punishing virus sting. Kinda like natural selection. Celica overrated? Nah, Celica's not overrated. Celica's underrated actually. After getting beaten by three Lee gods. Now Lee is mid. Lee is not a god. Lee is fake. Fraudster. Lee mid, I'd beat him in a fight. True. Erwin dude, she is underrated. Let her patch come to global. Celica patch when? One day, probably. I'm no hitting the F, Lee. Mission details have been uploaded to your terminal. Let me know if you have any questions. Chrome opens the mission details and quickly scans for intel. The new mission is to enter Longinus Blast Zone to search for abnormalities. Lee mid, he's a human who thinks himself a god in 69 years. Nah, that's the community just saying that. Fire God Lee. Yeah. You guys, the community in general used to say that. Correct, this specific location and concentration fluctuate greatly. Maybe it's just a false sense of positive caused by various regional and climate factors, or maybe there's something hiding down there. Considering the potential risks, this mission is best left in good hands. Though Lee got no emotions. Lee, he does. Like if you see the, you know, the friendship stuff? Yeah. He displays some on like the friendship if you level his thing up. The bond. Chrome scrolls down the intel log and notices a small line of gray text at the bottom. This task has been transferred from Grey Raven to Strikehawk. This was originally signed to Grey Raven. Phantomloxx is indisposed and unable to perform missions for the time being. Have the memory flashbacks put the commandant out of commission? Like he doesn't show verbally, he expresses them during battle. Like when he got infected while protecting them. True, yeah. Oh yeah, that was like what, chapter 1, 2 of Punishing Grey Raven. With the lifting. Yeah. I didn't even read that actually, but I remembered like some of the pictures. Celica hesitates for a moment before. Oh yeah, shit. I clicked it by accident. We can just move on. Yeet. The phrasing of something filed Chrome's mind with doubt, but asking about it directly probably would not elicit a response. Understood. I'll rally the team. Chrome terminates the call, but before he can issue an assembly order to Wanshi and Kamui, the communication prompt flashes again. I received the test results. Due to the risks and restitutes involved with the frame transferal experiment, John Smith had also received a notice as the co-signer. Careful, you're playing with fire. You can always back out of the experiment if you need to. I appreciate the concern, Mr. Smith. I'll be sure to tread carefully, but with great risk comes great reward. What do you have coming up? We were assigned to a mission meant for Grey Raven. I'm going to assemble the team, then proceed to the target. Grey Raven looks like they're in over their heads this time because of the commandant's illness. From what I've gathered, illness is only an excuse for the commandant to be monitored. Phantomloxx is being monitored? Yes, but that's just the start. Grey Raven has a lot of trouble coming their way. We really need more animation fights. Yeah, we need more animations, more cutscenes in like the earlier parts. CN gets some, but like you see the recent leak chapter, it's just a dump of text that nobody's gonna read. Not only are they dealing with mysterious illness, they've also got people trying to uncover their past transgressions in order for the Grey Ravens to be stepping stone on the road to success. Past transgressions, why is that? These people are planning on using the commandant's condition to put them out of service. But the commandant still hasn't slipped up, so they have to put their plan on hold. If Phantomloxx keeps this up, they'll try to stop Grey Raven by claiming that they violated military orders, had a private connection with the Ascendant leader, or that they are keeping her whereabouts a secret. CN got cutscene, but not a real fight. An animation fight? I mean, the game's about action, fighting and stuff, so you might as well let the player do that. Unless you're talking like something like God of War or quick time events type thing, where it's like animated and stuff. That'd be cool too. It's just a possibility. Apparently the Hawkshoe in the enemy's hands determined that Phantomloxx can resist mind corruption and connect with descendants. After learning this, the enemy specifically asked Jasalt to verify authenticity, and the results were confirmed. Why did Hawkshoe think that Phantomloxx can connect with Ascendants? Because the commandant crossed paths with them during the underground battle of City 075. The commandant wrote everything down in a mission report, but someone leaked it. Even if the commandant hadn't said anything, these people would have found out one way or another. If it came to that, falsifying the military report would be exacerbate their crimes. Who leaked the commandant's mission? It doesn't matter. Even if you found out who did it, someone else would just take their place. Their network has penetrated into the very fabric of Babylonia, and all the president can do is take every necessary precaution. I mean, in this chapter we have a cutscene fight between Alpha and Gabriel. Oh, that's nice. I need to get up to that. Catch up. No one knows what the commandant really did. They claim that Phantomloxx lost consciousness at the time. Even the constructs of Grey Raven didn't see Luna leave. They are still collecting evidence, but based on the current trend, the opposition deliberately trying to forge evidence to achieve their goals. How do you know this? Working in the political sphere, I have my ways. I am Smith after all. The next Smith will have to learn to piece together fragments of intel and speculation to get the whole picture. Crumb furrows his brows as if lost in thought. Where is Phantomloxx now? Do you want to see the commandant? People need to use whatever they can to get rid of unnecessary troubles. I'm telling you all of this intel just to remind you. I know you're interested in the commandant's potential. I didn't want to interfere with you being such around an exceptional human, but the squad is already in too deep. If you get too close to Phantomloxx, you'll be monitored and put in the same position. Just look at the other Grey Ravens, stay away from them, or else you'll just get caught in the crossfire. Trust my judgment in the way of doing things, Mr. Smith. Even if I see Phantomloxx, I won't let them get the best of me. Please tell me, where is Phantomloxx? Blinding light fills the empty room. A human is sitting on the cold, hard seat in the conference room, looking ahead with tired and dull eyes. Someone once joked that uncomfortable chairs can shorten meetings and make them more efficient. But when a person is left to sit on a chair for almost 2 days, the same cannot be said. Chrome looks around the room quietly. In this clean, tidy, unassuming room, cameras are installed in each 4 corners. At least that was all that could be seen with the naked eye. He steps into the room and the door slowly lowers. Even though it is just the two of you, neither of you are able to speak freely under such watchful eyes. The most fight I want to see is the Merciful One versus Von Eugene. That's probably gonna happen like way later in the story. It's probably close enough now. It looks like PGR is coming to an end in a way. Well, the first phase of the story. Looking at the side of the pale, tired face, Chrome quietly clenches his fist before he greets you. He noticed the projection equipment in the corner. The hazy blue light creates a 3-dimensional object in an antique clock with no tick marks or minute hand. There is only an hour hand slowly moving along with each swing of the pendulum. A small line of text. The clock reads, "Monitoring schedule." It is difficult for those who have not experienced it to notice, but one's perception of time is infinitely lengthened by staring at a clock during times of hardship. Chrome had heard that the interval between examinations and treatments was 2 hours during the day and 5 hours at night. Anyone who has worked at the Star of Light knows that this frequency of treatment for patients with serious illness is normal. But that is done under conditions that the patients in critical conditions are looked after without disturbance, not monitored in confinement. However, if an appeal is submitted due to the frequency of treatment, the other party would just come up with a series of written terms to prove that they are not violating any rules. The commandant would be hidden between the lines, such as being isolated in this empty room for an extended duration. The blinding light and cold hard conference chairs making rest nigh impossible. Numerous monitoring equipment in the room, soldiers and staff pacing outside. The clock without tick marks and all too convenient monitoring interval. Singling out any one of these reasons would give no indication that there is any foul play. No one could complain that the room is too clean or empty or that the seats are too uncomfortable. I don't understand nothing but very hot man speaks, so me stay quiet. Thank you, Bucket. Buckets, not buckets. But together this is enough to make life wither away with each swing of the pendulum. This is a prison in every sense of the word. Chrome wants to say something, but he finds himself unable to speak under such watchful eyes. Seeing the clock, Chrome cannot help but recall that you downloaded Edgar Allen Poe short story, The Pit of the Pendulum from the database. Regardless, Chrome has something to do. Hello, Grey Raven Commandant. You slowly turn in the direction of the familiar voice to see Chrome standing by the door with a white paint from his coating reflects the blinding light in the room, as if enveloping him in its radiance. Bro, stop being gay. Actually, I'll be cancelled. I'll not be cancelled. Yeah, that's kind of gay, bro. I won't post that. Let's see. You barely managed to muster up such a brief greeting out of sheer fatigue in a trance. You barely managed to muster up such a brief greeting out of sheer fatigue in a trance. You sense an internal struggle in Chrome's gaze. How are you feeling? Peachy like crap. Quite obvious, isn't it? Peachy's kind of gay, so I'll say like crap. Yeah. The lengthy interrogation regarding the memory replays and mission details have taken a toll on your voice prior to meeting him. No matter how hard you try, you cannot hide your raspiness in your voice. I need water. I'm gonna take a break for like a minute and get something. After this chapter, I think it should be over soon. Chrome quietly walks over and stands in front of the chair. He turns slightly to block the blinding light from above, but the struggle in his eyes become all the more apparent. That won't be necessary. I'm just here to talk about the mission. Anyway, Babylonia has detected high fluctuations in punishing concentration within the Longinus blast zone. We can rule out any false positives that there might be something hidden there. Did you notice anything during the last mission? Listens to your explanation. Chrome records the main points on his terminal, notes, and draws detailed areas on the map. Thanks for helping. Looks like there might be something suspicious there. I'll bring some sensors along. Chrome puts away his terminal and looks at the blue projection of the pendulum. Phantomloxx, do you know when the pendulum will stop descending? Correct, so not much longer. After he finishes speaking, the door promptly raises with the clear buzzing of an alarm. Chrome steps back, causing the blinding light to occupy your field of vision. Thank you again for your help. Goodbye for now. He nods under the staff's watchful eyes and then leaves the empty room. As the door closes, the heavy thud, your gaze returns to the white void. But that was long. How long was that? That's nearly 40 minutes of just reading. This is gonna be pain. It's gonna be pain. I'm gonna take a break, then we're gonna start this. I'll be back in like a minute. Alright, we're back. We're back. Finally, some actual gameplay. There used to be abandoned ruins here, but now there's nothing. Only scorched earth remains underfoot. Everything that was once here has been reduced to charred rubble, leaving only devastation. Billowing white smokes rises from the scorched earth, Cinderellican remains of everything that once was a stretch out of hand, beckoning the distant sky, only to vanish in the thin air. Hi Shin. Hi Buckets. Front. Well, it is ground zero for the Longinus strike. Chrome follows calmly out of the cabin, then scans the surrounding area. Nothing is left here, but the punishing concentration still continues to fluctuate sporadically. Guess the show ain't over just yet. Despite the red tide having been cleansed for quite some time already, it shows signs of surfacing once more. After a concentrated effort to find Luna, the enemy leader, her whereabouts remain unknown. Whatever the reason, it's the sign of colossal threat to come. But for Chrome, this recon mission has deeper implications after learning about the current state of Phantomloxx. I have a question about Honkai. Do you agree that Elsia is a cheap copy of Ishmael? Ishmael released like 2 months before Elsia was introduced. Yeah, Ishmael was introduced 2 months before like Elsia, I think. According to what I've seen, someone said. But yeah, she is, but like the personality is completely different in a way. Ishmael is like cool. Elsia is Pixiv material. Twitter art material. That's Elsia. While Ishmael is like an actual cool character, in my opinion. If they can't find the Ascendant leader, they can at least give some credence to Phantomloxx. Stay on high alert. We need to find the source of the anomaly ASAP. Looking at the ground in front of him, Chrome opens the map on his terminal and tries to figure out their current position. Based on a previous investigation, let's head northwest first. That's where a majority of the data anomalies that we have been monitoring are located. Can we go get Wanchi? You got this, boss. You rang? Right before Kamui runs into the transport craft, Wanchi stumbles out of it, half awake. Shake me awake like that again and I'll blow a fuse. The flight over here was so smooth, I was out before I knew it. You could sleep through a hurricane. Tooch. What's the plan? We need to find out if the red tide is hiding somewhere, obviously. Wanchi furrows his brows and looks around at the scorched earth. Several days had passed since they were tasked with deploying the BITS domain nodes, but you are still being monitored. He has wanted to investigate the commandant's previously unmentioned symptoms on his own in search of treatment, but he has only been met with red tape. Looks like this mission is an excuse to keep Strikehawk out of the picture. A sneaking suspicion pops into his mind, but he lacks the proper intel to back it up. Let's finish this mission before investigating any further. As Wanchi catches up to his two comrades, the trio begins to make their way northwest through the arid smell of scorched runes. After a short while, Chrome's calm link begins to flash again. Looking at the time, I'm guessing you haven't made it too far. Even in personality, they're similar, but I don't want to spoil anything. I don't, I don't play / watch anything Honkai based, so you could spoil it if you want. For Ishmael, I already know most of her stuff. We ran another threat assessment on the mission. You may encounter a mass of red tide, so I've temporarily assigned Kamu to join the team. Due to his particular nature as a transcendent, let him operate alone as much as possible, but don't let him remove the filter as we have made for him. Roger. He'll be there shortly. I'll leave the rest to you, Captain. And with that, Hassan terminates the call. The President just raised the threat level of the mission. No, he is taking into consideration the potential risks by assigning Kamu to our team. But if the situation is really as simple as Hassan made it to be, all they would have to check is any area that has slipped between the cracks. But those areas are the reason for the increased threat level. Damn, I was hoping for a change of pace. This place has been picked cleaner than a tub of ice cream in Kamu's hand. There's no red tide in sight. What was that? Hearing the familiar voice, the trio turns around to see a resentful Kamu intentionally keeping their distance. Keep talking and I'll kill you. At this moment, an indiscernible figure flashes by just barely within view. Who is that? Huh. Was someone running behind us? Kamu looks back, but the barren land was devoid of life. Let's go check it out. Alright, it ran off to the west, right in the direction of our target. We also need to check if for any signs of red tide. Leave it to me. Okay, the merciful one, the first agent who helped the humanity, and then Elsia, first Hersher, who helped the humanity. Oh yeah. But isn't Ishmael just like, what was it? Just an overseer type thing? Or did she like actually proper help humanity type in Punishing Graven? I love One Chi interlude. It's really sad. I have not played it yet. I'm saving it for the black cards and just to actually like go through it. Same with Selena's story. The barren lands extend outwards like a vast ocean, under the time-worn and sallow sky. The distant horizon is obscured by smoke and dust, like the scorched edges of burnt paper. Kamu silently follows the trio from a distance, scanning the area for clues. But no matter where they go, the barren landscape is lifeless monotony of scorched remains. Let's split up here. Right as Chrome issues the command, the team hears something nearby. Everyone turns towards the direction of the sound, but there is nothing to be seen. Do we have company? I can't imagine why someone would be in such a dreadful place. Maybe it was the person we saw earlier. Let's go check it out. The team proceeds in the direction of the sound, but all they find are footsteps containing punishing virus. Feels like we're being watched. Standing off at the distance, he scans the surrounding area. His gaze stops on the transport craft that he had brought them here. Hi, Vinny. Mr. Vinny Vici, the goat, has joined the chat. I feel the same. Could it be someone who was here? We can't tell if it's the same person yet. I'm doing good. How are you, Vinny? How are you keeping yourself? Must be a corrupted or ascendant nearby given the punishing concentration of their footsteps. Following Kamu's gaze, Chrome looks back at the transport craft. Why would they be hiding if they're an ascendant? To draw our attention. Or maybe they are wounded and trying to avoid a confrontation. Considering that these footsteps might belong to their target, Chrome determines to continue pursuit. Finishing homework. Got the notification and had to pull up. My goat, my G. Yeah, good good luck with your homework and try get that done. I probably gotta do some homework after this too. Considering the footsteps might belong to their target, Chrome determines to continue pursuit. We can't jump to conclusions. Let's keep searching. Grab a sensor and split up. Kamui, you take the west. You got it, boss. Wanshi, you take the east. Stay on high alert and maintain contact. Got it. Kamu, you take the north and I'll take the south. If you find anything or run into danger, don't get impulsive. Keep your comms on at all times. Roger. I got 5 homeworks and I won't do none of them. Yeah, but then your grade will go down and you need like at least 70% or something. Need to get that first class, or if you're in high school, need to get that A, B's, top tier stuff. They said it required. Oh, let me reduce the sound a little. I'm an Asian man, and 99 isn't true. If it isn't 100%, did you really try? I still passing without them, Romeo. True, but you don't. You need to get something distinguished. You get me? Not some like low. I just passed because I wanted to pass type thing. You gotta flex on them. Yeah, the OST is so good. It's the Industrial Estate, I think. They call on Vanguard site on YouTube. Tell me if the volume is like weird or something, or too high. At any rate, there are only scorched earth and ashes left. But it's true that high concentrations of punishing virus can be detected occasionally. I'll set up the detection device while you go and check the situation below. Let me know if you can find anything. Isn't this the core strike zone on Longinus Arsenal? Why are there hetero creatures here? It seems that the previous detection was not a false positive. There are some things hidden nearby. And I hate this Kami because he's so slow. Like, look at these swings of the attack. Hetero creatures are friendlier than before. So you've taken care of them as well. The same is true for the upper floor. Some hetero creatures here and there, but it's easily taken care of. I guess it may be because of the red tide is declining. High levels of punishing virus can be detected in the boxes nearby. Although it may be residue, just to be safe. Let's break them all open and check. Wanna bet and see who finds more hidden hetero creatures? Why would I do something like that? But I'll come to your aid if you're in trouble. Deal. There's like 3 of them or something. Yeah, one here. I think here or not. This one definitely has one.
なんともないさ。戦闘なら俺に任せてくれ。
Last one. All the boxes are checked. There's not too many, you can handle it yourself. I'll continue to install detection device, so I'll leave the guardian to you. Wait, that sounded from above. Is there a new batch of hetero creatures? Let's go check it out. After the great victory in chapter 21, I think there's something bad will happen. I think it'll be like peaceful for a while. Like you've got like the quote unquote horror chapter, which was the Bianca one. You got this chapter. What was it? There was another one before. Actually no, that was Karen's. It was kind of like the hope draining away in CN and like the recent chapters, recent 2 or 3, and then now you got the new tower, so that will inspire hope. And then there's also a new team, that's new team of constructs and everything that will be on the ground permanently. So yeah, I think it'll be a peaceful time first, and then yeah. We got Vin, let's go. Yeah, Vin W. I finally stood up after 10 hours of gaming. How did it feel after gaming? Buckets. I'm solving my math sample paper on the side, so kinda busy. No problem. There's probably gonna be some plot building, mainly towards the other side characters. Yeah, definitely that's gonna happen. And we'll probably get like, bruh, I got caught like, yeah, it'll probably just be like side building characters, introducing new characters too. My back and everything hurts. This area has been cleared. Wanshi, how's it going over there? Are you still dealing with those detection devices? Let's go and check on him. That's is very, very sus. Why you sound so emotionless, Phantom? You feeling sleepy? Oh, do I? It's probably my throat is kind of dry. I mean, in general, I don't like, what is it? I'm not really too animated voice-wise. That's why I don't do like voiceover stuff usually. Drink some champagne. I do not have with me right now. So what happened to Shom after he gets saved by Ishmael? I'm not sure. I haven't heard much about it. Shom's probably gonna come into the story later, maybe, or at least hopefully. Same with like Selena. I hope she comes back into the story like properly. Same. We are alike. Reading chapter again. No, your voice is good. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Erwin. Just tell me, just give me like proper, like if you need to, like just give like proper brutal feedback, cause I'd like some of that so I can like improve the stuff. You get me? I didn't say it's bad, but it doesn't sound. Oh, with the emotions of the characters, you want me to like act it out? Okay, I'll act it out. I'll act it out. Prepare for Shakespeare level acting. Even though the footsteps begin to fade, Chrome discovers a pack of unusual hetero creatures. Compared to the previously discovered, they more closely resemble an organism that once existed on Earth, scorpions. Right as Chrome discovers the pack of scorpions like hetero creatures, they too discover him and launch an attack. After a quick battle, they let out an ear-piercing screech as Chrome rends them to pieces with his sight. Phantom acting pog. Yeah, we're gonna do some of that here. Experiment. There's nothing in our databases on these hetero creatures, looking like we've discovered a new species. Maybe they only started to emerge recently. Regardless, their mission is clear. Chrome opens the comm link without hesitation and taps Asmiel's name. Flyhawk's Captain Chrome reporting in. I've discovered an unrecorded species of hetero creature. Send it over. There's something I wanted to ask you. Do you have a minute? That depends. I wanted to know if this type of hetero creature is a recent phenomenon. Sorry we can't talk about it later if you're busy. No, I'm just looking at the data you sent over. Looks like the type of hetero creature has already evolved again in such a short amount of time. But one thing for certain, this is a byproduct of the red tide. Hearing this, Chrome's suspicions are confirmed. The red tide must still be here if hetero creatures are roaming around. Are you going to continue searching the area? Yes. Thank you for your help. I'll contact you if we collect any more samples. That won't be necessary. Give them to me when you come back. I've got other work to do. I think like characters like Kamui would be like the ones that you kind of have to act out more, because he's more energetic and stuff, and then Wanchi is like more slow paced and sleepy boy. I want from Selena to tell the military your soldier has returned. I bring the destruction of Babylonia. That would be a twist. Over 2 hours after Chrome ordered them to split up, even with each of the squad members installing a sensor in their respective areas, the fluctuating punishing virus concentration proves difficult to uncover any clues. The geology also offers no conclusive evidence except for the hetero creature from earlier. Perhaps this was due to the Longinus arsenal or someone intentionally covering the tracks. He has suspected the red tide retreated underground for 2 hours of searching, has not uncovered anything resembling an underground access point. Further investigations into the surrounding area and the task force investigation into the underground city has been equally fruitless. By the way, Matt, your video was good. Was a close call. 3 seconds. You went with 50 attack right. You gotta go to work now. See ya, Bucket. Nice having you on the stream. Don't you dare do that. This guy. Well, have fun at work. Maybe there was an easier, albeit crude method. Luckily, Chrome has brought back a bag of explosives as powerful as jitter bombs, just in case. Based on the fluctuating trend of the high punishing concentration, the sensors indicate the closest highest concentration zone is 35 meters from the surface. If they get the position wrong and use up all the explosives, they will have to return to base or call for support. We need to reconfirm the positioning of the explosives. Given the fluctuating concentration, there are numerous possibilities. If it is only a polluted underground waterway, the real red tide would be elsewhere. With everything that needs to be done, hastily requesting support would only add undue burden to others. The best course of action would be to continue checking. I don't know, my batteries remained the same even on the 10th day. It's stuck at 1150. It should go up. It's probably like, did you like look at it like earlier on? Like the server clock might be different to your like normal time. Just as Chrome is considering the matter at hand, Comwee's voice can be heard on the comlink. Yeah, mine was like 2.5k or something like that for Norman War. Just as Chrome is... Oh yeah. Captain, I found something. Understood, I'll be right there. Chrome rushes over to Comwee. He sees Huanchi kneeling by him, looking at a high concentration reading on the sensor. All of the data in this area is the same. Not to mention the location of the high concentration is relatively... Oh yeah, I need to act. Hold up. Huanchi voice. What could I do? Any suggestions? How do I do a Huanchi voice? Huanchi voice. Be sleepy. Yeah, that's harder. Easy to say, hard to do. Okay, let me think. How do I sound tired though? Let me search on Google. Not to mention the location.
Muscles, including the ones that influence your voice. Deep resonance derives from loose vocal cords. Step 2. Hum in low registers with your head down and your chin just above your chest. Then, raise your head, still humming, to face the ceiling. This will stretch your vocal cords. Your voice is lower when you wake up because your larynx has been relaxed and reverberating at its proper, deeper register. Apply mentholated ointment to your chest before going to sleep to further relax your throat muscles. Step 3. Speak slowly.
Oh wait, wrong tutorial. Sounds very... Talking very slowly and stuff. Okay. We'll give it a try. Not to mention, the location of the high concentration is relatively close to the surface, at least closer to the previously measured. Make a yawning noise? I'm not doing that. Realizing that now is their window of opportunity, Chrome explains the plan to the others while checking the data relayed by the nearby sensors. But as quickly the window opens, it closes, the data returns to normal. I'm not telling you to moan. It's basically the same thing. It's basically the same thing. How can you just tell someone to make yawning noise? Your wife. But as quickly the window opens, it closes, and the data returns to normal. What it's gone. What could it be? Maybe the red tide is moving underground. That seems highly likely. Let us use the explosives to blast open an access point. How you talk when you are too bored? I am never bored. That's the secret. Okay. We're gonna think of this. I'm gonna think of how to do this now. Rawanchi. Ooh, this guy. Where should we plant them? Here's some Wanchi voice lines. Yeah, in Japanese though, not English. Let me go. Wanchi voice line.
どうも、ホーク隊のバンジー。
どう放射のバンジ
何かめんどくさいミッションね。
ミッション
なんかだるい。
なんか Yeah, but this would take forever if I did that.
元気が出てきたかも。
元気だ。
君に認められてるっていうのなら、まあ素直に受け取ってあげてもいいけど、本気出しちゃおうか。装填構え照準。さて休憩時間だ。精度、射程、相談数、頼もしい銃だね。
I will do something like that. Looking at his terminal, Wanshi points at several high concentrated spots on the map with a long drawn out yawn. We have enough explosions to make 4, I guess. Let's choose these 3 locations for the time being. We'll save the rest just in case. We can increase the blasting depth by cracking the surface. That should give us more of a buffer. Alright, my time to shine. Okay, how's the call me one? By the looks of it, I'm guessing you have been playing Treasure Hunter. Kamui tilts his head in confusion. Seems like he has never heard of the game. My bad. Wanshi responds as he assembles his explosives. Sounds like a depressed Kamui, but good. Wow, I see you. Okay. What if I decide never to act again? Stop the stream right here and just disappear. Now I can't do this Kamui type voice. Kamui's too energetic. I'm not like that. You can't do that. Wanshi responds as he assembles the explosives. What's that? What's that? Back after food. Hi, Erwin. See you until after food. Have a nice lunch or dinner or breakfast, depending on what time you are. I will not let you end the stream till you moan. Make yawning noise. Nah, that's wild. That's a wild tweet. That's a wild message. I will never moan on stream. I'm not. If you want to see that, go on Twitch, twitch.tv. They have a bathtub section too. ASMR. Great content for you. It's a popular sandbox game for VR. It's basically what you're doing right now. People use it for exercise or physical therapy. It's yawn. Oh, it's quite the workout. It's night 11:52 in my country. Oh yeah, have a nice dinner. 11:50. Yeah, have a nice dinner, Erwin. Yawn, phantom yawn. Nah, it's so sus if you tell someone to yawn. Let someone yawn on their own. I heard someone won 10 tons of gold, then used it to buy their own private island. No way. I think I'll give it a try after the mission. Tough luck. There aren't any rewards left. The game was developed by the government to encourage people to work out, so they prepared and paid for the rewards beforehand. Yawn, why? Yes, I am. Too bad. I'm not yawning for you. Now that there aren't any rewards, the game really died off. Well, that blows. What do you think? What do you know so much about the game, Wanchi? A long time ago, there was a sick kid who would just stay in bed all day and refuse treatment. I used it as a way for him to get some exercise. I can lend it to you if you want. Unsubscribe, Phantom. I don't care. Unsubscribe if you want. I'll replace you in a day. Not even in a day. In a couple hours. Try me. A long time ago, the sick kid who would... Oh yeah. Sweet. Is there any co-op so we can play together? I'll pass. I'd rather just kick up my feet. Once she sets down the fully assembled explosive device, then lets out the long, drawn-out yawn, which I will not do. Bro, you brutal. I gotta flex up sometimes, you know? You get me? What's that monkey emote? Hey, was that sick kid you? No questions answered. That it was definitely one she. The power of 2.9k. It's like 2.1. It just hasn't updated. Let me check. It's like, yeah, I think it's 2.1. Okay, it's not. It's 2.99. 2.099. We're gonna get to 2.1. Then we're gonna pass Proto. And then after passing Proto, we're gonna try to get 5k by the end of the year. Maybe. Hopefully. Proto great though, so subscribe to Proto and subscribe to Matt PGR as well. And Silent. Gotta be competitive. Anyway, why isn't Kamu back yet? He walked fast. It'll take him a while to come back. Right at the moment, the trio sees Kamu appear nearby, unwilling to come any closer. Get over here. We've got enhanced gear this time around. That won't be necessary. I'm used to standing this far away. I want to see Kamu using double claymore Kamu. That'll kind of like it'll kind of be like Radon from Elden Ring in a way, which would be very cool if we got like a new frame or something. But none of the Ascendants have gotten a none of the Transcended characters has gotten a new frame yet. Yeah, friendly competition is good. Makes people grow, make them better. Well, get used to standing here, but there will be missions without enhanced gear. I don't want to go through the effort. Kamu frowns and turns his back, ignoring Kamui. Suddenly, Chrome receives an anonymous encrypted message on his terminal. Any news on Luna? Who'd send a message like that? Chrome examines the metadata for any possible clues, but it has been scrubbed clean. There's no way to trace the sender. Our top priority is to find the Red Tide. There's no time to waste. We may not be able to trace it, but I'm sure you have a pretty good idea who sent it. Chrome furrows his eyebrows, thinking about the current state of Phantomloxx. Although he has speculated that it might be someone who is looking for Luna, it would be foolish to probe for information this way. I think it is someone who is worried about Grey Raven. Grey Raven, what happened to them? I had something from my father before we left. Phantomloxx not only violated military orders, but is also facing accusations of harboring an Ascendant. Harboring an Ascendant? How's that possible? Does that mean the Commandant's confined treatment is just an excuse? You know about that? No wonder you haven't gotten much sleep recently. I just wanted to help treat Phantomloxx. After all, I still owe the Commandant. But it didn't take me long to realize it wasn't that simple. Grey Raven still doesn't know the whole story. If they did, they would rather have their memories checked than let Phantomloxx be charged. Therein lies the problem. Lucia, being the closest to Phantomloxx then, also lost consciousness towards the end, so there isn't any proof to exonerate Phantomloxx. Unless someone can find the target's whereabouts, they are going to be monitored indefinitely and prohibited from performing missions. That reminds me, Hassan looked like he had something weighing on his mind this morning. There have been some other oddities as well. Seeing that Kamui wants to question Wanshi, Chrome sticks out his hand to end the conversation. This is not a place for chit-chat. Our top priority is the mission. Save it for when we are back in Babylonia. Roger. It finally ends. Okay. Hopefully just more gameplay back to back. After planting the explosive devices and retreating to safety, they detonate the bomb amid a thunderous bomb and plume of smoke. Indistinguishable figure jumps into the pit with lightning speed. Someone's there. Follow them. Rushing over to the pit created by the blast, the team discovers the dark cave just big enough for one person to squeeze into. Chrome hands the end of the carabiner to Kamui and cautiously leans down to probe into the cave. Looks like there really is a hidden underground region. Chrome picks up a stone and throws it into the darkness. A clang comes echoing from the cavernous depths, and it sounds huge. With the light above, Chrome takes a detailed look at the inside of the cave before backing out and reporting to the other tree. Does it look like an underground waterway? When I came here to explore, I heard that there was several access points near the Red Tide, but they were all abandoned pipelines that shouldn't have been taken care of. Looks like the access point was more hidden than we thought. Considering how low the Punisher concentration is, I'm guessing it's not accumulating here for the time being. We must detect the spike as it passed through. Not to mention, whoever used our discovery to rush in before the smoke cleared must be familiar with this area. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a deeper network connected with the core region that was destroyed by Longinus Arsenal. What's my favorite characters? My favorite characters is Karenina, Luna, and Selena. Alpha top tier on the list too. But if I was to choose like 1 to 2, it'd be like Karenina, Luna. Oh yeah, Selena's good. The Caprio version specifically. What's your favorite characters? But even after the Longinus strike, we still couldn't detect it. Think it was quickly covered up by someone. Given the footprints and the person that just ran in, there must be an enemy base that we haven't detected yet. We need to go down, Captain. Whether that be to eradicate the red tide or put a stop to any potential threats. This feels like a trap. Seems like someone is rolling out the red carpet for us. Are we really going down there? Alpha Hawk, yeah, true. My favorite characters is Watanabe and Lucia. Watanabe. Alpha overrated. Hey man, I personally would not take this disrespect. Personally, I would not have that. But Watanabe? Rare Watanabe fan, I guess. Shout out to the 2 Watanabe fans that exist. Chrome pauses, then throws a glow stick into the cave and inspects the waterway interior. The interior is vast and surrounding walls, illuminated by the light source, reveal signs of damage and peeling as if silently recounting the past. A faint trickling comes out from just out the glow stick's reach. Dreadful red liquid drips from a cracked pipe in the ceiling. That's why water is never coming back. Bro, imagine Watanabe was the anniversary character. The mist created from the splashing red liquid mottles the glow stick, staining the light red. There are trace amounts of red tide below, but the waterway is still humid. It's already passing through here as I predicted. Matt, Watanabe is better than PGR. Now that is a weird statement. They are asking for a negative revenue patch. The first patch to make $0. A patch where they pay us to play. But if we return to Babylonia, it's not like we'll receive any additional support. Not many task forces have returned to Babylonia in one piece lately. They still need time to repair their frames. The remaining teams are still out on missions. Not just missions, I went to go speak with Lee this morning, but I was prohibited from entering the preparation room. Who stopped you? Some guy in a suit. He had a chip on his shoulder, that's for sure. Kurono. What's with them? Kamu gives a look of disgust in response to Kami's question. Let's report our findings to Babylonia and prepare a distress call just in case. Chrome quickly drafts up the report on his terminal and sets a timer on the distress call as per routine. If the timer expires before he cancels it, the distress call will be immediately relayed to Babylonia. Please buy my Watanabe. I like Selena, so she's my favorite girl. Yeah, Selena's amazing. And we got like, what was it, Selena MMDs or some other stuff. Very popular. She also won in, what was it, Eden Fest in Korea. We got this cringe video. There's no respect to other opinions these days. Yeah, you can disagree with someone's opinion and just I like them too. Enough cringe. Watanabe will come back one day though. Possibly with like the new stuff, like the way they're on Earth now. So like Watanabe will probably be like chilling or something, or exploring the wild lands or something or whatever. Just some copium that Watanabe will come back in the story. He did get what was it, a recent like story thing with Alpha too as well, so that's actually a possibility now, I guess. I'll scout ahead just in case the red tide comes surging our way. I won't be affected by it. That's our safest bet. Be careful. Save that for you guys. Kamu quickly slides down, enters the cave with ease, landing on a pile of rocks below. Coast is clear. Come on down. Hearing this, the trio prepares to enter the underground waterway. What is it? Feels like there's something on my back. Chrome looks down and inspects Wanshi's back, discovering the addition of what appears to be a button. Had it not been for his familiarity with his team, such a minute detail would have surely gone overlooked. He gently grabs the button, then removes it from Wanshi's frame. The pinhole lens on the button is like a dark abyss staring back at Chrome within his grasp. He crushes the device and pats Wanshi on the shoulder. Let's go. Nothing out of the ordinary, but that doesn't mean we are free from trouble. The trio looks in the direction of Kamu's gaze, whereas the lights meets the void. Dozens of red lights are approaching them rapidly. Leave them to me. Kamu swings his greatsword at the approaching danger. After a brief clash, the red lights disappear. Worthless scrap metal. Before he can finish his sentence, more hetero creatures come charging out from the depths. Kamu, don't be rash. Watanabe new frame will use lightsaber? Yeah, and he'll have the force too. And then he could just grab anyone he wants. And he'll lose to Alpha again and have to fold. Or he could join Babylonia or something. Oh yeah, he'd have to join Babylonia to get a new frame or something. What was it? Watanabe. But before Chrome can convince him otherwise, Kamu slams his greatsword on the floor while surrounded by darkness. Following the sharp clang of crumpling metal, Kamu curses indifferently and disappears among the array of red lights. Kamu, As the trio runs into the darkest section of the waterway, they see dozens of fluorescent, fish-shaped hetero creatures floating above the collapsed floor. Alpha runs from him when he fights her. If they truly do that, the story is probably going somewhere not great. Maybe the next alpha frame will be her using a punishing virus more instead of her suppressing it like usual. And she gets like a big amp in power. A fall far didn't break your legs. I grabbed onto one of those floating fish just in time to break my fall. Don't jump down, the red tide is here. Alright, we'll find another route down to rendezvous with you. We'll split up and investigate for now. The funny thing, he used the night blade frame, not astral. Oh yeah. He hasn't met Alpha with the astral frame yet. Only with the Nightblade one. I told you I was going to scout ahead. He walks away cursing under his breath. Right at the moment, a strange noise comes from on the other side of the previously quiet waterway. What's that over there? The trio returns to their previous location, then walks to the other side in the light of the glow stick. They come upon a fish-shaped hetero creature fluttering as attempts to heal itself. Who is just here? Seems like the work of an ascendant. Well, since we can't cross the gap, let's go this way. After fumbling for half an hour as they infiltrate the winding networks of the tunnels, Chrome finally discovers an entrance in the distance behind the curtain. Forming his two comrades, they extinguish the glow sticks and stick them in their bags as they quietly approach. The trio pulls back the curtains to discover an inner chamber. Doesn't look like it's a part of the waterway. Did we find a hidden room? Shh, be quiet. Tommy nods and lowers his volume. An old room like this was seems that being a part of the waterway. Finding a structure like this must mean this isn't just a waterway. Maybe it has something to do with the underground city. Whereas the two of them are lost in thought, a fish floats in front of Conway. A hetero creature. Conway, keep it down. A hetero creature. Suddenly, the gentle and quiet voice of a girl comes from behind the trio. There is no sense of aggression in her voice. Had they been elsewhere, the presence of the quiet schoolgirl would have not have batted an eye. Who goes there? Looking in the direction of the voice, there seems to be a feeble girl standing among a school of fish-shaped hetero creatures approaching Chrome. Greetings, visitors. Set among the backdrop of mottled lights, her golden eyes are glossed with a mysterious haze. Why have you broken into my greenhouse? The girl raises her slender left hand as countless ribbons of red static envelop her arm. At the moment, the trio needs no explanation as to what they are facing. An ascendant. Without hesitation, Conway swings his greatsword at the girl before he can land a blow. Dozens of fish-shaped hetero creatures form an impenetrable wall in front of the girl. No, I'm not an ascendant yet. With each slash of Kami's greatsword, an endless stream of fish strands in his way. The girl, however, remains standing there motionless, seemingly obvious to their attack. I want to fight this lolly. I want this lolly to be in my collection. What is it? I want this lolly playable, but she's not. I think she's... Oh yeah, she's still in the story in CN. I think. Oh yeah, her name is like Huai Wan in the Chinese version, but in like English it's like Cinderella, which isn't really... It's just mid of a name in my opinion. Instead of like Cinderella, it's Cinderella. Calmly, get back here. Roger. He quickly retreats behind Chrome. The wall in front of the girl gradually loosens and returns to their original form as hetero creatures float around her. Yeah, she appears in chapter 21. Yeah. He quickly retreats. Continuing to fight won't be a fruitful endeavor. Fortunately, their opponents seem open to discussion, so they should be able to at least gather some information. Cinder. Yeah, Cinder, like, what was it? The character in Ruby. Why do you want to harm my friends? The girl cradles the remains of a fish like a newborn baby. She passed the fish in her arms. Red currently pours into the remains through the girl's fingertips. Sundered remains reform into the shape of a fish. I take it you're from Babylonia too. Too? Correct. We are the task force in Babylonia. Are you one of Luna's ascendants? No, I'm not an ascendant. I have nothing to do with the Agent Luna. Even though she understands them as her enemy, she shows no intention of attacking. Instead, she looks at Chrome with an absent eyes and smiles politely at him. I returned to PGR because of Ruby after what happened with Ironwood's character. Oh, Ironwood's character. Ironwood's character is like... It's better than before in a way, but it's like the cast, like the whole thing about like, oh, you gotta trust each other type thing, even though the main cast, which was like the whole Ruby / Juniper squad, was like they didn't trust the guy at all. They just hid things from him. Same with Ozpin, hid things from him, and then they're like, oh, surprised that he's being the way he is. Which is another bad writing part on the Ruby team. I'm still gonna watch it because I'm invested in the Ruby stuff, but yeah, I'm waiting for the next volume or next season of the show. The Ruby anime I need to finish. My name is Cinderella. I'm just a trainee of an unworthy Dermeister. Dermeister? Faced with Chrome's question, the girl named Cinderella just gently outstretches the vestige of a wing. This action reminds Chrome of a man with mechanical wings, a man whose name everyone knows in cinemas with danger. Dermeister, do you mean Gabriel? No. She retracts her damaged wing, stroking the tip of her feather like a pitiful bird tending to its wing. No, not Mr. Gabriel. My wing is a relic of a friend. A friend? Who? You mean those fish? Hearing Wanshi's question, Cinderella's eyes droop down. No, not them. My first friend. I'll bring my friend back one day. Then I'll return this wing. Can't you repair those fish? Repairing them only brings back an empty shell. Dermeister said that if I continue learning from Gabriel, I'll figure out a way to bring my friend back. And also... I even named myself in PG as James. That's nice. Wait, who's your favorite character in Ruby? Apart from James. Like, out of the Ruby Juniper main cast, I think. Or the Spring Maidens, or Raven type thing. The girl suddenly takes in a cold breath as if suddenly recalling something or receiving an order. Maybe Ozpin? Ozpin. Which version? Oh, actually not which version. The normal one. Yeah, Raven goes hard. I like Raven so much. She's kind of like Alpha, but yeah. I wish they like had her more in scenes or a bit more prevalent. Or what was it? Yeah, I want to see like more interactions with Raven or with what was his name, Crow. But Crow got locked up, I think, or no. Crow, I forgot what happened to Crow recently in the story. I know he got locked up and then he escaped. Then there was the whole fight thing with Cinder and what was it? They brought back the camouflage lady. I forgot her name. She was very popular back in the day when she was alive, and then she got brought back again. The girl suddenly takes in a cold breath as if suddenly recalling something or receiving an order. She looks up as if coming to her senses. Her lifeless eyes are full of gloom under the molten light. Since you're from Babylonia, you'll try to stop Der Meister. My mission isn't to fight, but I must buy time before informing Der Meister. At that moment, the trio hears restless stirring from all around, following which Cinderella fades into the darkness. Watch out. Neo? Yeah, Neo. He was cool. Investigate. Yeah, Neo, I don't understand why they brought her back in the newer season. He returned because of the fans. Yeah, pretty much. Same thing where it was her name. It was like popping. It was the orange hair robot girl. She like died once. They brought her back because they got her back up, and then they brought her back again, and then she got folded again. Penny, yeah, Penny.
の後ろに
Oh yeah, and the whole thing with what was her name?
フォローお願いします
Like Ozpin's wife is the Salem, yeah. That whole thing was like, it was kind of weird, but the bad version of Nanami. True. Yeah, the whole Salem plot about her being unkillable, and then like, oh, only gray eyes people, silver eyes people can do it. It's kind of, it's not too great in my opinion, but it's Ruby. You just watch it for entertainment, not to like criticize it really, because Ruby has a lot of plot holes in general, or just bad writing. I like early Ruby though, when like, was it Monty was directing it properly before he died.
この結果はいかがでしょうか全てを終わらせましょう
Cause like the action scenes in like early Ruby was like top tier, and it's one of the reasons I started the show. And then nowadays the action scenes aren't too great. Ruby looks like she's nerfed. Crow 100% is nerfed so much. Same with most of the characters. There's no fluidity anymore type thing. Yeah. The Chad Nuggies Nugget versus Virgin Salem. Yeah, Nugget wins easily. We've got how many chapters left? We got like bruh. We got 8 more, which is a lot. Kami swings his greatsword, but his attack is deflected by a mysterious force. A tall figure saunters out within the shadowy depths as if paying no mind to the enemy. Chef Gabriel. If it isn't more Babylonian scum, struggle as you will, it will be only in vain. The headmaster was too powerful, but knows they were defeated easily. Yeah. Gabriel, our databases has you marked as Luna's henchman. Does that mean Luna and the other Ascendants are here too? Other Ascendants? Gabriel's vocalizer forces out a sardonic sneer. Those cowards who betrayed the Ascension Network no longer have any right to reside here. Their whereabouts are of no concern to me. You don't care about where your comrades are? I have no interest in weaklings or cowards. Only those who possess absolute power and power itself are worthy of my attention. Then why are you still here at the Forber base? Because of Der Meister. Gabriel's voice fills with reverence and devotion. After that battle, he bestowed me a new life and allowed me to bear witness to a zenith of power. Der Meister, are you referring to the Ascendant in our database known as Roland? Roland. Uttering this name, Gabriel's tone returns to its former coldness. The Meister I refer to is a different agent. Just another nuisance is all. Let me share with you more good news. Aside from Der Meister, there's yet another agent nearby that is beyond your understanding. So there are 3 agents. As I've said, there are only 2. As for Miss Luna's whereabouts, I do not know. Any attempt to reconfirm this will only yield the same answer. If you're so curious, I suggest you ask your colleagues. I'm sure they are more aware of this situation, considering how long they have been tracking her. You mean Babylonia has been tracking Luna this whole time? Of course, ever since Miss Luna became an agent right under Babylonia's nose, humanity has coveted her power. Von Eugen, Gabriel, you talk too much. And then Gabriel gets his ass beat by Alpha again. W Alpha. As oblivious as you all are, there's no sense in continuing this conversation. I'd rather finish you myself than disturb Der Meister. Seems like you're his #1 fan. Gabriel takes a step forward. Red sparks begin to emit from his footprints, intertwining with his cold mechanical limbs. Oh, they hint Mo is just vastly more powerful than everyone. Mo is who again? Oh, Merciful One, yeah. Yeah, Merciful One is definitely more powerful than everyone. Because she's like the observer of like this universe type thing from the recent chapter. Amid the blinding red light, Gabriel launches himself headlong at Strikehawk. Defensive formation. The walls of the greenhouse begin to turn into rubble in the seismic tremors, smoke, and dust filled room. The defensive formation barely manages to withstand the full might of Gabriel's attack. However, they might not know the combat data on Gabriel was far from reality. Yeah, but Gabriel kinda hinted it right now. Oh! Wait. Merciful One and Von Eugen's power above everyone in the story. Yeah, definitely. Gabriel refrains from answering. Another cube of red light begins to coalesce in his hand. Before it can materialize, it is disrupted by Kami's greatsword. Introduce me to a new zenith of power, and then after. Yeah, because of the Ascendant Network got like their new update, version 2.0 type thing, where the focus is high and the power is higher. But I think Merciful One's probably like way higher than Von Eugen too, because whenever Merciful One gets involved, Von Eugen is like, nah, I ain't having this. I'm dipping. Conway, don't be reckless. Captain Buck, fight as a team. Roger. Chrome steps forward. The blade of his scythe swings in his arc. Wanchi swiftly leaps over his 2 comrades, surrounding Gabriel, and delivers a direct strike to Gabriel's skull from above. The red light erupts from the blow, unleashing a wave of highly concentrated punishing virus into the inward devices. Searing pain spreads across their neural links and penetrates deep into their minds, like a sharp blade drilling into their bones. Yeah, Merciful One is definitely an OP demon. Came out of nowhere, alien, observer type thing. Nah, Merciful, it could change. It could change. It could be the opposite role. Von Eugen could be like the good guy in the end. Von was compared to Luna before she got nerfed. We haven't seen Vaughn go all out yet, though. Tommy watches Wanchi and then gives Chrome a thumbs up. Think you can put me down first? The narrow confines of the greenhouse limits Gabriel's movement. Unable to fly into the air, all he can do is swing his crane, attack the trio with the help of the punishing virus. Clang. Chrome adeptly parries Gabriel's lunge with his sight. He quickly retracts his weapon, then he uses this window of opportunity to leap into the air and slash at his opponent. Gabriel is forced to step back in a hurry. Pulling off his cloak, countless red lights enveloped him in preparation of unleash another explosion. Gabriel, Mother is resting. Mother. The red light in the greenhouse suddenly disperses in the response to the girl. Gabriel retracts his weapon and glares at the nearby trio of contempt. No need to fight in these narrow confines of the greenhouse. Don't think you can run. Run? No, I just don't want to ruin the Meister's plan. What the hell does that mean? Gabriel sighs in disdain, responding vaguely. Do you really wish to see Der Meister? Leave with me and I'll give you an opportunity to fulfill your dying wish. If you insist on staying here, I can accompany you to the end. With that, Gabriel takes in the relic and opens the door and on the other side of the greenhouse, then stares at the trio. Perfect. Wait until I get my hands on this guy when I see him. Seems like it's a trap. If we stay here and fight, getting crushed when the room caves in ain't much better. I will not be surprised if Vaughn was the good guy all along and Merciful One was the bad guy. I can see Merciful One as the bad guy, and then Von Nugent just being like the secondary villain, captain, secondary last. Or Merciful One could be like this, or how it's probably gonna go is like Merciful One like seems like the bad person, but she's the good person actually, and then she's trying to fight the people above her type thing, trying to rebel back. Wanchi, who do you think Cinderella meant by mother? Wanchi ponders the question a while, then quietly spits out a series of unlikely explanations. Based on the word mother, could refer to one of the agents mentioned earlier, a corrupted, or even a new type of hetero creature. Chrome still has concerns considering that whatever the true identity of the mother figure is, it will only put the team in danger of being attacked. He nods to Colby and Wanchi, signaling them to leave the greenhouse. Following Gabriel and Cinderella, the trio walks down the spacious waterway and arrives at the platform lift. Why would a platform lift be here in a waterway? It's not that surprising. We did just come from an underground greenhouse after all. I don't think the waterway was really built to drain wastewater. Think the Ascendants stay here often? This place might be connected to City 075. considering that it was military facility built to prevent war. I wouldn't be surprised if it has served multiple functions. I don't care what Merciful One do, she saved Selena and that's enough for me to be the true MC. Who you take? I want Selena to come back to the story. Or like in some form, in a way. Like properly. Not some like fan fiction by Alia. Which is Caprio. Maybe like Selena Shone come back in the story, I think. From what we've observed along the way, I'd assume if it's been abandoned for quite some time. Crow motions to Kami to keep his voice down. The trio slows their pace, distancing themselves from Cinderella and Gabriel up ahead. Selena new frame when? They just got one like last year. Selena already has 2 frames. We need an alpha frame. We need a new Changyu frame. We need a new who else? Lucia frame. That type of stuff. Oh yeah, Wan Chi. Hell nah, no alpha. Nah, that's an L. I'll take alpha frame first. Then we get Changyu. Alia. Alia is mid. Alia should just stay as the same thing. All she does is paint art type thing. Believe me, Selena will bring the destruction of Babylonia. Why though? Yeah, we need an alpha frame first. Then maybe like a power boost to Plume or something. Or maybe a new Luna frame type thing. Crow motions to call me to keep his voice down. The trio slows their pace, distancing themselves from Cinderella and Gabriel up ahead. This is just a theory, but I think the abandoned corridor was opened on short notice as response to the Longinus arsenal. And I'm guessing it was abandoned due to the quality of the facility. I think you're right. Any more earthquakes and this waterway is going to collapse. Why is this the only shoddy part of this facility? A section of the report on 075 stated that facility was expanded to isolate the infected prior to developing serum. But the punishing virus spread faster than anticipated. Facility was abruptly abandoned before it saw any use. As they were talking to Gabriel and Cinderella disappeared around the corner, the trio accelerates their pace to catch up. Among the flurry of footsteps, Chrome hears Kamu on a Strike Hawk comlink. Where are you guys? Even though the Strike Hawk comlink is more stable than most, his voice intermittently cuts out due to the unique jamming technology on the underground city. We're on the platform lift down here in the waterway. What's your location? Maze down here. If Merciful One wants something from Roland, does he... you will do it in... that she's the one who saved him. Oh yeah, Merciful One gave him a new frame. So yeah, Roland will probably do whatever she says too as well. Also, if it's the will of Luna too, in a way. Maze down here. I'm going platform lift. Wait there. Alright, we'll wait for you. Right as Chrome terminates the comm link, The group sees Cinderella, who had disappeared around the corner, now floating in the air. Even though her damaged wing makes flight toilsome, 4 fish-like hetero creatures tightly grip the straps on her clothes and pull her upward. I guess those straps aren't just for looks. Captain, I want a pair of my own. I'll help you put in a request, but don't get your hopes up. Now's not the time though. I wasn't expecting this kind of escape route from them. Wrong. I'm not going anywhere. Cinderella is no longer needed here. I'm more than enough to serve as your guide. Come with me.
進み続ける者が勝つ。
Since you've come this far, I don't think you can retreat. That goes for you too. Parry mode.
戦闘なら俺に任せてくれ。俺は負けねえ。戦闘なら俺は負けねえ。戦闘なら俺に任せてくれ。
さっさと解決しないといけないね。
出撃。戦闘なら俺は負けねえ。
I'm afraid Vaughn and Merciful One's design will be different when they become playable characters. I doubt. It's not like Genshin Impact where it's like clickbait. Like if you've seen, what was it? Dorothea or something. His design looked so different to his actual like the thing they advertised. It looks so bad. The Genshin Dorothea design.
さっさと解決しないといけないね。
了解。出撃だ。
Cinderella, they're all yours.
約束通り勝利しました。
Let's see. I'll do this last one. Then I'll do a part 2 of this stream before, was it? I'll probably do a part 2 on Monday or tomorrow before the Aether Gazer stuff. Genshin Impact new characters design is bad, unlike the old characters. Yeah, the old the newer characters' designs are kind of bad. Some of them are good though, like Dehya. I think that's her name. Noolu is kind of like alright. Tigadori is mid. Dorothea, his design is good, but in game it looks terrible. Because they're just very lazy developers and can't bother to make a new model. After a chaotic flash of red, Gabriel disappears above, leaving only Cinderella floating in the air as she is pulled by 4 fish. fit with the theme of the region. Wait a minute. Dotore, not that he has a new model, is like his model in game is terrible. Let me show. I saw a picture of it. Dotore Genshin in game. Where is it? He looks like this. He looks like this. Let me try to find a clearer version. Yeah, it looks like that. Suddenly, hetero creatures begin to pile up on the platform. Along with them, punishing concentration also begins to rise. Fortunately, trio special reinforcements for the mission barely managed to keep the corruption rate just below critical. He looks okay. He is a robot. Oh yeah, I forgot about the multiple robots thing. Well, like, if you compare this to this, you know, big difference in my opinion. If Dotore was in PGR, his design will be the same level as Roland. Yeah. That's a different version of him? Oh, okay. Cinderella play. Oh, it's on autoplay. Turn back time. The platform lips begin to shake violently. Accumulating punishing virus transforms into a red electric current, climbing up the platform onto her wing. The wing begins to expand under the effects of punishing virus. A radiant red light envelops Cinderella. Amid the blinding light, she descends on the base of the platform. The ball of light enveloping Cinderella leaves a trail of crimson snowflakes. The remains at the base of the platform begin to shake under its powerful force. Chrome sprints towards the blinding light ball, slicing the red current with his scythe. His blade rends the hetero creatures, protecting Cinderella in twain, and the tips of the scythe penetrates the heart of the blinding light from above. However, a deafening rumble reveals that the remains of the hetero creatures have taken new shape. Jitter bombs. Even though the explosive power of Jitter Bomb is not particularly strong, such a large number in confined space could be fatal. With the platform now covered in red glowing Jitter Bombs, Cinderella is gone without a trace. Get to higher ground now. Chrome fires a grappling hook at the top of the shaft, hooking onto the wall. You sure came prepared, Captain. Grab onto me. Got it. Kami grabs onto Wanshi's collar and lunges and grabs onto Chrome's ankle as he hoisted into the air. Right as the trio is hoisted into the upper rafters of the shaft, the thunderous boom of an explosion comes from below. That's my captain. We were almost... Why didn't you do that earlier? Before Kami could finish speaking, Cinderella appears before them and unleashes a downpour of arrow-like plumes coated in concentrated punishing virus. Hanging onto Chrome, Kami and Wanshi are certain they are unable to dodge the barrage of time. But to their surprise, Chrome releases the pulley on the grappling hook, causing the trio to repel rapidly. I want a cool old man to be playable character. You got Watanabe already there. Old as hell, dusty as hell, and irrelevant. Oh, if you want a real old person, you probably want like Hassan or something. The barrage of feathers originally aimed at Kami and Wanshi are now aimed directly at Chrome. A bolt of lightning vaporizes the majority of feathers, however a few still manage to find their mark on Chrome's shoulder. Brace for landing. The trio rappel firmly onto the base of the platform, then looks up at Cinderella. Because of the limited speed of the grappling hook is prone to turning us into a moving target. Imagine Construct Hassan. Yeah, true. He's like a war hero or something in the Golden Age type thing. Watanabe is uncle, not grandpa. I used to do that when I was little, so... Wait, oh. You're running away too, it's here. She points her slender finger up as dark, stalwart figure descends from above. It appears a familiar figure. Seeing as you pass the test, you are deserving of more fitting reception. Witness the Meister's creation. A hissing roar fills the area, causing the audio modules to tremble. Somehow the sense of sadness, despair emanating from the stalwart figure. Such an opportunity is a rare treat. Let me give you a bonus question. How many constructs from Babylonia do you think it is assembled from? Piece of cake, Captain. Let's destroy it like other corrupted. Strikehawk, prepare for battle. Finally, some actual gameplay. The platform is descending. Is that his destination? It's not a problem, I can hold that. I'm gonna head out now. Thanks everyone for coming. Yeah, so we need only like 3 more I think. Yeah, 3 more and then we should be good and finish this imprisoned site normal, not hidden. Imagine PGR will have some bold sense of like God of War 3. Maybe. I'm gonna head out right now. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you for watching this long, Erwin. And same with you, Matt. We almost there, yeah. We'll finish it off later on another stream. I'm gonna head out, do some homework, do some other stuff. Good read for today, yeah. A lot of reading. I like, bro, imagine like reading the whole Asean story type thing, like Rexelin did. That would take forever. See ya.